Okay, so Squeaks, you have your image here, and you're like, I want it to be shaded, or someone's like, it should be shaded, and you're like, I'm going to eventually shade it. Well, here's how you can go about that. You're going to take your image here. I'm not going to claim any ownership, of course, because it's not fucking mine. I'm not that kind of a douche. And we're going to open up GIMP here. And I'll upload this along with this video on the G+. So, where's GIMP? Where's GIMP? Where's GIMP? Library. Yes, I opened GIMP from Steam. If you have me on Steam, you'll probably see me playing either Sony Vegas or GIMP, even though you can't play those because they aren't games. It's an indication that I'm drawing or editing video. So while I wait for that to load, I'm going to flip around my butterfly bottle knife, or bottle opener, not bottle knife. Bottle knives, are those things? Do those exist? I haven't the faintest. Anyway, starting GIMP up. And it started. So, here we have GIMP. You could probably use a lot of other programs, but we're going to just use GIMP for this time. Go ahead and paste. And here you have your thing. Now, this is important. First, you get fuzzy select. Feather edges to about 2 pixels at the very, very most likely. Thresholds go with a threshold of 20. And we're going to select this area. This area selected, we're going to get this. This is the dodge burn tool. I'm sure you're aware of it. We're going to go with burn, and we are going to go with a soft brush, and we're going to make it very large. So I'm assuming the light's coming from here, so we're going to go. Actually, I almost forgot one other detail. You want to change the range. In this case, we're going to go with highlights because we're going with a bright color that we're shading. So see, it does that. So it's just very, very slightly. And there you go. But we can also do a little bit of this here on the edge. And there's your shading. Select none. And more or less you can tell it looks pretty good. So you continue, and you select the hair, and the hair we might want to get a little more detailed with, because it's hair. So let's kind of zoom in here, stretch this out a little bit so I have more area to work with. Okay, now we might want to shrink down the brush a smidge. So we're going to go ahead and do a little shine here, a little shine here, a little shine here, a bit here, tad here, put some there, a smidge here, tiny bit there, and a little bit there. Then we'll get the burn tool and just kind of indicate very carefully. We don't want to overdo this too much. Just kind of touch it under the bottom there. And we have fairly well shaded hair. I'm not extremely good at shading hair. In fact, I usually don't bother too much, at least. But then again, I usually put lines in the hair, so I make every particular section of hair a different shade for shading, based on where it is. But in this case, since you have no lines, we want to give it a more organic look, I suppose. So we're going to go with this. Zoom in a little bit. And let's go ahead and carefully shade this too. Darken it though, because it's more on the back. Give it a little dodge on the edge there. Alright. And select none. Gotta remember to select none when you're done with a section. And in the back here, I'm going to go ahead and individually do these real quick. So a little dodge, then burn. I should just go ahead and do the burn first on this one, see how it turns out, and then do a dodge. About the same, okay. Here, we'll do it again. Dodge. Burn. And we're getting the back, so there's even less lighting, so we're going to just do a burn, and more of a burn. And here we'll just do pretty much just 2 burns. And now we're going to, I'm not sure if you want to do anything with the snowflakes. I'm going to go ahead and screw around with those. I'm going to select all the snowflakes, and I'm just going to just for fun, I'm just going to do a texture on those. Now I do my textures in the most lazy way possible. That being said, I'm going to show you. Go to Artistic, get Impressionist, and then either select a preset or go through the brushes. In this case, I'm probably going to go through the brushes because, yeah, I'm going to have to go through the brushes. I'm going to go with, where is it? Snow, Update, and OK. And now, little snowflakes. So now they have sort of a snowflakey look. Now that might be a little too strong, so what we're going to do is take the brush here and lower the opacity down to about 80 in this case, and we're just going to go like this. Just kind of go over it. And now these snowflakes have a little texture to them. Alright, so viewing this as 100%, you can't really tell massively, but if you zoom in, if anyone's going to be as nitpicky as I am, you can see a little bit of texturing, so it has a nice look. So now we want to, well, the eye looks fine, let's go with that for the eye. Now the ear, since we're going with the inside of the ear here, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to burn mostly here, but we want a bigger brush, so because that's the inside, and do a tiny bit on the edge here. And then in the middle, we'll just kind of do a boom. Actually, it's too much. Let's do a boom. And then, actually, wait. There we go. The indication of depth in the ear. Alrighty, so the ear is shaded. Select none. Now we want to shade. Let's go ahead and shade this paw here real quick because that's going to be quick. Shade, which just like that, and let's shade the coat. And do a little bit of dodge in the front. A little bit more here actually, because do a little tiny bit of burn here where the head is. And here you go. You have, well, you could do a little bit more actually. Let's go ahead and do a little more. Let's use the Select by Color tool. This you want to be a little careful with, but we're going to go ahead and have similar settings. We're going to go with a threshold of 20 and feather edges of anti-aliasing. Needs to be on. We want 2 feather radius, and then we're going to go ahead and select all the blue. And we're going to just go ahead and select this blue, right? We're going to select it twice, and we'll take one blue and make it, oh, didn't mean to do that. We're going to take one blue and make it a smidge brighter. We're going to take the other blue and make it a smidge darker. And then we're going to take the gradient tool. This is the lazy way, by the way. There's much better ways you can go about it, but I'm going to do this lazy like. And I did it wrong, and now I did it right. And select none. And here is your shaded image. Now, if you also wanted, actually, now that I think about it, you can go like this. Whoops. And do a little tiny bit of shading here, too. Just not too much, though. Actually, going to do it a little bit here because of the positioning. Make a slightly bigger brush and go. Very, very, very slight. And let's do a little here, too. Alright, so we have more or less a finished image. Actually, let's do one more thing. The nose. Noses I like to really work with. So you just kind of get a softer shade for this one. So we're going to go with actually a pretty big brush. Yeah, it works. I'm just gonna very slightly do a bit there, and then at the tip, just boom, boom, and then select none, and thus you have a fully shaded image in 10 minutes. That was pretty quick, actually. I thought it would take a little longer. So yeah, if you want to do everything in that one way first, instead of doing it my way with all kinds of lines, which is fine because you have your own style, then this is how you would do it. What do you think? I probably could have done a better job with the hair, but you get the basic idea. You can probably do a better job with it than me. Just remember, you want to usually use soft brushes though, because it really helps the shading.